Hello everybody, welcome back to Super Gaming Review. Today I want to talk about the company Hyperkin because that is the way I've been playing my NES games recently, is I've been using these Hyperkin products. So recently my mom actually got me the Hyperkin Retron 1 AV, and I bought the Hyperkin, if you can see right there, the black one, the Hyperkin Retron 1 HD. So I got both versions because I really love NES games. So you got the black one, that's red, that's in my box right now, and I got my nice pink and blue one. And I want to make this video because there is some complaints I've seen on some negative things people have said about the company Hyperkin. Now, as far as I know, most of the negative feedback and most of the bad reviews comes from people's experience with the Retron 5. Because the Retron 5 is more so emulation based, this is more so hardware based, just NES on chip. But as far as I know, the Hyperkin Retron 5 has reliability issues, and even though it plays like every single thing from Sega and Nintendo, the Hyperkin Retron 5 is something that I never bought because I've heard so many negatives about the console. However, Hyperkin is a pretty great company. They make really solid controllers, and honestly, for NES and even the Sega Genesis, Hyperkin has done really great with. You got the Hyperkin Retron 77, which is the Atari console. You got the, obviously, the Retron 1. You have the Retron 2, which also is pretty cool, which I might buy the 2 eventually in the future. But, without talking about the 5, I think that overall, Hyperkin products are actually pretty solid. I've seen what's inside these consoles. It's not really a big deal to me. They have just like a simple motherboard. But like everything from the controller to the overall design of these systems to how they play the game. That's not going to be exact. But, like, if you're somebody who has a broken NES, a broken Sega Genesis, or you're somebody who wants a cheap gaming console that's like $20, $30, I think the Retron 2 HD is like $70, but it's not too bad of a price for what you get. These consoles feel very good. The controllers are overall very solid controls. I love these things. It's one of my favorite controllers now, especially because it has these corners that don't dig in your hand. But like overall, my Hyperkin experience so far has been pretty awesome. Now the only Hyperkin consoles I own is obviously my Retron 1 AV and my Retron 1 HD. And both work amazingly. This one kind of has a death grip. This one has kind of a death grip, but it's not too bad. I have hooked up with the AV cables, and my only complaint with this is a little bit of a death grip. And the AV cables are actually very, very short, so I had to actually use my original NES AV cables. That still has the red nut though. But overall though, these systems play the games amazingly. They're very solid. I love the coloration on many of these consoles. Hyperkin just makes really great looking consoles, designed very well. And yeah, that's all I want to say. I want to make a quick Hyperkin video. Pretty cool company. Pretty awesome slogan as well. I think it's like live well, game well, or something like that. But anyway, leave a like, comment down below what you think about Hyperkin consoles, which Hyperkin systems are basically just clone consoles. But I think they are pretty solid clone systems. And my experience with things like this has been bad. This is the classic N. These things suck. Old school sucks. But if you're looking for good clone systems that are cheap, Hyperkin I think is the best when it comes to cheap products that are actually going to work and function. Like this system right here, old school made the classic N or the classic Q, and it's literally has glue inside to hold things together. This does not have glue. This just has screws. It's all, put together nicely. And Hyperkin overall, they make a solid NES console, they make a solid Sega Genesis, they make a solid Atari console, which is the Retron 77. I may even pick up the Game Boy that they made, the Retron SQ, so I can play my Game Boy games on TV. But like overall though, Hyperkin's a great company. They do have some negatives. There is people who make a whole bunch of videos, a whole bunch of like complaints about these consoles. I think they're solid. I'm not really sure why they get so much hate sometimes. I understand if it's a Retron 5, because yes, Retron 5s are like notorious for having issues. But I've seen videos talking about this system, I've seen videos about the Retron 2, the 3, and these overall seem like really well put together consoles that are very solid. And again, the Retron 1 and 2, I believe, are more so based on hardware, while the Retron 5 is emulation-based and kind of slow and sluggish. That's probably why past Retron consoles work better for people, because the Retron 5 is using more so emulation, and it's very slow and sloppy. Anyway, though, hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a lovely day or night. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below what you think about these Hyperkin clone consoles. Let me know if you have any. Let me know if you've had any for like 5 years or work even longer. Because, you know, I don't think these are bad systems. Sometimes you'll get some that have death grips. Sometimes you may have some problems when it comes to the overall sound or like the quality of the picture. But overall, if you're somebody who wants to play retro games and you don't want to have a bunch of consoles hooked up, you can buy these Hyperkin consoles. They're very cheap, very affordable systems. I think they're actually made pretty well. They have solid controllers. And overall, I think Hyperkin is a great retro company. And I think that going forward, I do plan on buying more game consoles from Hyperkin. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'm going to end this now. I'm going to be done talking. But yeah, so is my Retron 1 AV. Got the pink buttons, the blue. Looks really nice. The LED indicator lights up blue. It uses a micro USB. Here is the controller. I think it's the Cadet is what it's called. And it uses a simple USB box. Anyway, though, hope you all enjoyed the video, and peace out. Oh yeah, my Hyperkin NES.